Jedi Fallen Order just released, and while this video is not a review of the game, I wanted to touch on an aspect of the game that I was not expecting. An aspect having to do with the story, of course, as again, we're a lore channel, not a video game channel. And today, I wanted to talk about how Jedi Fallen Order actually manages to add a ton of lore to the Inquisitors specifically, and make them far more interesting and sympathetic characters than I ever expected they could be. We got a little bit of the backstory with the Inquisitors in the Darth Vader comic book, where we learned that all of the Inquisitors were in fact former Jedi, and that the Grand Inquisitor had actually turned to the dark side of the Force before the Jedi Purge was initiated, and that the Grand Inquisitor's goal was to ultimately obtain forbidden knowledge that the Jedi librarian Jocasta knew would not allow him to access. But we did not know the background of the other Inquisitors that would appear later on down the line in the comic book. Jedi Fallen Order though changes this, as now we have the origins of several of the Inquisitors, most namely though the Second Sister. I am planning a video talking about the origins of the Second Sister and her fall to the dark side of the Force, but today I wanted to talk about how Jedi Fallen Order actually manages to make the Inquisitors sympathetic. Again though, in order to do this, there will be spoilers in this video for Jedi Fallen Order, so if you have not played or just don't care about spoilers, let's go ahead. The game confirms to us something that happened frequently in Legends continuity, that being when Force sensitives are tortured both mentally and physically, they have a tendency to turn to the dark side of the Force. We see this several times over Jedi Fallen Order, with Seer being a Jedi Master that's initially captured embracing the dark side, but only after she witnesses her own apprentice, in fact Trilla, the Second Sister, turn to the dark side before her. It's revealed that the Empire and supposedly Sidious himself has developed a special method in order to break Jedi, something that he utilizes on Jedi that either have information or Jedi that he believes they can be turned to his cause, the cause that is later handed down to Darth Vader, and the cause of hunting all Jedi survivors following the Great Jedi Purge. It does make a ton of sense that Darth Vader would not be the only Jedi that would join Palpatine after the Empire arose, and Darth Vader specifically selects Jedi that he believes are weak enough or have an affinity with the dark side of the Force to be tortured. The Inquisitors don't simply turn to the dark side of the Force and are immediately embraced by Vader. In order to do so, again, they are tortured both mentally as well as physically, constantly being tortured by Vader as well as nameless Imperials, teaching them to embrace their pain, as pain is a path to the dark side of the Force, and a path that Darth Vader utilizes against the Inquisitors. It's revealed in Jedi Fallen Order that although the Inquisitors are evil, every single one of them has been at the hands of the Empire and its great torture, specifically though Darth Vader himself, and the Inquisitors are almost just as much victims of the Empire as the Jedi that the Inquisitors then hunt. In fact, the Inquisitors have possibly suffered a much worse fate than the Jedi that they would eventually kill. Something else interesting though is once the Inquisitors truly feel this pain, they understand the power that goes along with it, and how they can then channel that pain into their use of the dark side of the Force, resolving to then stay alive and choose to serve the Empire, as they know that even if they turn back to the light side of the Force, they are gone forever. And more than this, they will be hunted by Darth Vader for eternity. Again though, even in combat in Jedi Fallen Order with the Ninth Sister, she talks about how she too was once a Jedi, and how once she loses a limb, it's inconsequential, as she's been through enough at the hands of the torture of the Empire, as well as the Second Sister being one of the Jedi that survived the initial stages of the Jedi Purge, but was later turned in by her very Jedi Master. We don't really know the origins of the other Inquisitors, but again, we do know they're all Jedi. The key piece that was missing though is we didn't know that all of these Inquisitors had been brutally tortured before embracing the dark side of the Force, even losing limbs to Darth Vader. And that is how Jedi Fallen Order actually makes the main villains of the game sympathetic, and the Inquisitors just as much victims of the Empire as again the Jedi that they hunt. But what are your guys' thoughts on this? And have you guys played Jedi Fallen Order yet? If this video does well and I get more recommendations to talk about Jedi Fallen Order and the lore that it builds, I will, as well as go over the entire origin of the Second Sister, Trilla. As always, my friends though, thank you guys so much for watching. May the Force be with you and have a great day.